the game on the coin toss? Is that what you're saying? Or are they going to start it up on us? And then we're going to go down.
Go down.
You're right. Good evening, everybody. I don't know if you can see us through the glass. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, glad to have you back. STSPN, we're live here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. And we have an absolute barn buster tonight. Tim, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's good to be back in the house, Scott.
It's the Mavericks and the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. The mighty Meadowdale Mavericks come in, Tim. An impressive win last week against Edmonds Woodway. OT, field goal to win it.
And Edmonds Woodway is no slouch. So, and they're Meadowdale's 2-1. And typically, Scott, this game comes down. We're going to break for just a second.
Well, we're going to head out. But you can keep talking, and we're going to go down to Ron Henthorn, who's get the coin toss for us.
Can you hear us down there, Ron?
Got you down here, right in the middle of the field, ready with the head referee here to do the coin toss.
That is Mike Shumway. He will be your umpire. With Meadowdale on your sideline will be Mike Dolly. He's with the chain crew. With Glacier Peak will be Don O'Neill. And your back judge will be Steve Landville. Steve Landville will have the delay of games. Hand up 5 seconds, right, before delay of game. You're the captains. We're going to look to you to help us keep the sportsmanship up. Okay? Okay, Meadowdale, you are the visitors. I have a coin with a head, then a tail. I'm going to flip it in the air, let it drop. Before I do, what's your call? He's called a head. It is heads. You can kick.
We want to defer, and we want to defend. Oh, we want to.
Oh, just hold on. Meadowdale won the toss. Will defer. Okay, which you want the ball?
Yeah.
Which goal would you like to defend? Okay, back this way. Back this way.
Okay.
So
Peak will receive. Shake hands. We'll see you at kickoff.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Thanks, Ron. So Glacier Peak's receiving, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Thanks, Ron.
So welcome back again. We're live, Veterans Memorial Stadium, downtown Snohomish, STSPN. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle, the entire STSPN crew tonight. Meadowdale, again, I think they won the toss correct. They deferred.
Correct.
To the second half, very smart. So Glacier Peak in the home, in the, I can't even say home or away, but in the blue unis tonight, and Meadowdale in the white, as you see the referees out there. So tell everybody, Mr. Boyle, again, what do we have in store tonight for really what could be the Wesco championship
historically, Scott, this has really been the game that kind of comes down to the championship every year. And these two teams have really quite the rivalry. I mean, I think Glacier Peak's actually won 3 of the last 4, but historically this has been a really tight matchup. And you know, we've won the last 2. We lost that first year we were doing the broadcast, and remember the inadvertent whistle kind of halted a Glacier Peak comeback.
How could I forget? You had to bring that up?
I did. Sorry.
Ouch.
But, yeah, they've played some really good games. I expect a good game tonight. It's typically been like a defensive struggle in the past.
Well, for Meadowdale, again, squeaking out a big win last week against Edmonds Woodway, but they have a hurt quarterback. Their starting quarterback, J.P. Routon, who put up some big numbers, by the way, 18 of 33, 458 yards, but he got hurt at the end of the Mount Lake Terrace game. And now tonight, Caleb Tingstad, who got the win last week, is going to suit up and start to be the signal caller tonight. What do you think the effect of that is?
Well, I think it's going to be a problem is what I think, because, you know, all kidding aside, I think Glacier Peak's only, they're only giving up 6 points a game right now. So their defense has been very solid. We'll get to Steve Hannon in a couple minutes here, but they're only giving up 6 points a game, and when you bring in a new quarterback like that against this offense, I think he's going to struggle. That's what I think personally, but you know, that's why they play these games.
And one kid, again, we were joking with Mike Don and the Meadowdale staff before the game, Malik Braxton. We're sick of seeing him.
I know we've been seeing him for the last 3 years, right? Because he came in for
Giovanni Shepard, who now is again another Everett Red Raider football player. You can see on STSPN, by the way.
Correct. But he came in. We've been seeing him this is our 3rd year in a row seeing him.
But they have him a little bit different now. You're not going to see him. We grew up with him, seeing him run the ball. Again, Giovanni Shepard relieving him. Now he's really catching the ball. Again, coming into tonight, 11 receptions for 61 yards, yet to get a touchdown. But he's an exciting, dynamic player. You just never know where he's going to go, what he's going to break out.
Exactly. They're probably going to use him similar to what Seattle does, like a Percy Harvin. You never know if he's going to be running or catching the ball. It's probably going to see something like that.
And switching over to Glacier Peak, again, we've talked about the quarterback play. Last week, a big injury. Devin Rainbow, the transfer from Bothell, who got some spot minutes, looked good, had his first running touchdown against Snohomish. And he got just absolutely lit up. He has a broken collarbone. We hope he recovers quickly, but he is out for the season.
Yeah, and that's too bad, which, because, Brady and him have been kind of trading places a little bit, trading snaps, and I think you'll probably see McCoy come in for some snaps, right?
That was what the pregame chatter was with seventh-year head coach Rory Rosenbaugh, that he's going to try and get Andrew McCoy in there early just to get him some reps and get him some feel. But he also said Brady keeps getting better at practice every week, and they start opening up the playbook a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Brady, we know he can throw the ball well because we've seen him do it. I think he's been a little rusty at times. I think maybe this will be his coming out party. They put up some big numbers last week. Or it was a Shorecrest, or what they put out those huge numbers.
Yeah, sure. Coach Rowe saying that they broke actually the most yards.
Yeah, ever in the school, 570 or something
47
like that.
to 7 win or something like that. But we like predictions around here. The Herald. What the what?
I know. And our friend Steve Willits.
Come on, Stevie. He's calling the game right now. I think he's doing the Linwood Interlake game over at Edmond Stadium right now. Interlake up by 7-0, by the way.
Yeah.
But predictions, boy, everybody's got Glacier Peak losing.
Not this Cowboy.
Wait just a minute.
Hold the phone. I've got Glacier Peak by 9 or more.
9 or more.
Yeah. That's my prediction. How about you, Scott? I haven't heard yours. Come on.
That's true. We didn't in our little traditional
You're
pregame.
Always straddling
I'm
going to
say by 10.
Oh, come on.
GP by 10.
What in the world?
Okay.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna check. You go by 9, so you're saying this should be a very close game.
That's not necessarily always a close game, but I actually think Glacier Peak's you're going to be able to tell they won this game by the score and by watching it. That's my prediction.
All right,
I will at least 9.
You're saying at least 9.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go to my standard? They're going to win by 3 on a Spencer Pettit field goal?
I do. I like that.
Okay, I'll go by 3. I saw him suiting up. I saw him practicing earlier. He looks good.
The
leg looks in good shape.
He looks good. He put on some muscle this year. He's just he doesn't look like that soccer player anymore. He looks like a football player.
And we're probably going to see one of the better kickers in Wesco, other than, Spencer is on a whole nother level.
Correct.
But number 3, Brett Schaefer won. He had the game winner. He's a heck of a field goal kicker in his own right.
Absolutely.
And our John McLean, the statistician, says he saw him put one through 50-yarder in pregame festivities.
Yeah, and that's all great. I don't take too much consideration into what they do in a practice because you don't have people coming at you. You don't have to kick it up high. You can get that lower trajectory. But that's great that he's kicking 50-yarders. I mean, I can't do it, right?
No, All right. We want to make sure everybody knows STSPN. We want to thank the Everett Herald, heraldnet.com. You can see all the great games on STSPN and SLSN high school sports broadcasts this fall. We're proud to be sponsored this year by Shoreline Community College. Time now, our pregame tradition. Tim Boyle gets a chance to chat with Steve Hannon, the defensive coordinator for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. It's time now for Hannon's Huddle.
Get down to our 5-tool player.
Hello, everybody. Tim Boyle here with our good friend Steve Hannon. Steve, how you feeling about this 3-0 team right now?
Well, I really like how we played thus far, but no question this is our biggest challenge to the date.
Well, historically, we were just talking a minute ago, this usually comes down to the league championship. Are you seeing it that way tonight?
Well, I guess I am, because Meadowdale beat Edmonds Woodway in overtime last week, so I think it came down to us 3. And so now it looks like it comes down to maybe us 2. So yeah, I think whoever wins this game is going to be in the driver's seat.
Yep, it's always a battle. Now, through 3 games, you guys are only averaging giving up 6 points a game. Is that a surprise to you?
I guess it is. I guess it is, because you never really know what you have until you get into game situations. So the first game, you know, we thought highly of Snohomish, and they were going to be pretty good. We played really good defense. And the second game, again, we thought they had good athletes, and we did a really good job. And then last week was probably our best defensive performance of the year. So this defense just tends to just keep getting better, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, and tonight will be your toughest test. I think everybody knows that. What are you expecting to see out of Meadowdale that you haven't really seen out of the other teams?
Well, more speed, just team speed. Their individual athletes will be the fastest ones that we have seen. So they love to run stretch to the outside, and if we can't fill in those gaps and that number 4 makes those cuts and gets loose, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, that's what we got. You heard it here. Thanks a lot, Steve, and good luck to you.
Thanks. You might need some.
Are you a whiz in filmmaking? Do you want to become extraordinary in filmmaking? Then come to Shoreline Community College and work with Shoreline Productions, where you will learn to transform your work in teams of working professionals and students to create enchanting effects such as green screen, text animation, and so much more. So come to Shoreline Community College, where you can mystify and dazzle in filmmaking.
All right, you heard it there. Steve Hannon, Hannon's Huddle. Good to have Mr. Boyle back in the booth.
Thank you, Scott. Good to be back in the friendly confines.
We have Replay Rob wearing yet another hat tonight. John McClain back on stats. Eagle Eye Cuneo here spotting everything for us. And Leslie McClain back on camera. Shannon Cuneo taking the night off. And as usual, our executive producer, 5-tool player Todd Elvig, spinning the dials down there. So the big question, Glacier Peak fans coming into tonight, again, they're coming in 3-0. But if you look at it, you know, really this is probably the biggest test of the season. They hit Meadowdale the next week. You go Bellevue.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that yet.
No.
But, yeah, hey, 3-0, let me tell you something about 3-0. There's no other teams in Wesco 3A at all that are 3-0, and there's only one 4A Wesco team that's 3-0. So, yeah, we haven't played the toughest opponents, but it's difficult to be 3-0.
Very difficult. Injuries always a big factor. Again, Meadowdale having a couple coming into tonight. We talked about Devin Rainbow. Their starting center, Berg, though, looked a little banged up. Stokely looked banged up on the front line last week, but all indications they're ready to go in 100% tonight. Mason Braun, the big kid, the senior, he's still out about a week. And then, Colton Bunt. Who knows? It's a mystery.
I'm just on pins and needles waiting for that one. I've been kind of excited about that one all year.
Everybody excited. We're just getting ready for Friday night football here on STSPN. Glacier Peak in the blue tops, white bottoms will receive. Number 1, Dexter Carter, back to receive along with Devin Woolhoff.
We didn't get a chance to talk about Dexter Carter either.
No.
And he's averaging like 9-point-something yards per carry. I think they need to get it in his hands a little bit more on this offense.
I concur, sir. I absolutely want to see the rock in number 1's hands more and more. He is explosive and exciting and a breakout player.
And hopefully they'll kick it right to him here.
Brett Schaefer for Meadowdale on to kick. Glad you're with us.
Nope, it's not going to get run back.
And just like Spencer,
he kicked that right out of the back of the end zone. Great kick. He's got a leg.
It could come down to a kicking difference here tonight. We could go leg to leg.
Well, you already predicted that, a 3-point game. So
I want to remind everybody, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, STS. Under center. You'll see Brady go under center. He gets it to Diego, and he gets a first down. Glacier Peak across the 30 to the 32.
And he's been kind of a Mr. Clutch guy so far this year.
I'll tell you, Diego Ayala has played his heart out. 39 carries, Tim, 208 yards coming into tonight.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that out of him this year. We were thinking Matthew Darling, or we weren't sure.
Brady goes to the air again. Wide open Guffey on the far side. Another first down. A big tackle there by Braxton.
He picked him up off his feet and threw him down. Sometimes you'll get flagged for that, too. But that's going to be a first down for Guffey. So Guffey's looking good. And I'll tell you what, Brady's passes are looking pretty crisp right now. I'm liking it.
Very, very sharp. Grizzlies in business now on the right side. Ayala, now Dexter in motion. They give it to Ayala up the gut. And we'll see where they give him forward progress. But boy, oh boy, number 52 was there to meet him in 55.
He's actually going to get 2 out of that.
Timothy Smith, number 52 on the tackle there, brings up 2nd and 8. Coach Rowe telling us again, Nick Bender, the offensive coordinator, they want to get Ian Black involved in running the ball. Now they all look up over to Coach Rowe to get the play. Guffey on the far side. They fake the handoff, and Brady falls forward as he does, 6'4" frame, and he'll pick up a couple.
Yeah, that was a designed keeper there for Brady. I think again, I want to see him get Dexter Carter, and Dexter Carter's in there like he's gonna be in on all these plays, but they're just not. They're going elsewhere. So, like to see that ball get in his hands.
First series by the Grizzlies, 9:20 in the first quarter. 3rd down and 4 from the shotgun. Southern now rolling to the near side. He lets it go downfield. It's out of bounds. Trying to go to Carter, not even close, and that'll bring up
4th and 4. Looks like Pettit's coming out to punt, is what that looks like to me.
We just talked about with Rowe pregame about how they want to get Brady in situations more rolling right instead of rolling left and throwing the ball, just less comfortable.
Yeah, and they rolled. Well, I think what he said is out of the shotgun, he's okay rolling either way. Out of under center, he struggles to the left, is what he was saying.
Malik's Braxton, is that back there? Yes, to receive the Spencer
I don't think he's
punt.
Deep enough, actually.
We'll see. Brady, again, he's been running quite a bit. I mean, he's got 24 carries this year for 83 yards, rushing coming into tonight.
Nice punt. Oh, I don't know where they're going to mark that out of bounds.
That one out of bounds.
Oh, they're giving him a good spot. Oh, he's coming back a little low.
Let's go down to Ron Henthorn, the wedge, always here with us on the STSPN crew. What's going on down there, Ronnie?
A lot of excitement down here on the sidelines by these Glacier Peak players here tonight, Scott. A couple of good series out there by GP and a punt out of bounds by Spencer here. So let's see if the defense can hold up here. Back to you.
Thank you, Ron.
Glacier Peak defense been playing very well, that front 3, front 4. And now you see Caleb Tingstad, the quarterback, back to pass right away, gets it over to 32, and he drags a couple. That's Charlie White with the ball, Tim.
Oh, we're going to see him a lot tonight. He actually got about 4 or 5 extra yards there just by dragging a couple players. So
first down.
I believe he's their tight end, and they actually use their tight end quite a bit here. Not a lot of teams use their tight end that much.
Pickup of 14 on the first play as they'll start again, 1st and 10 from their 33-yard line. Tingstad now gives it to Braxton. Over the left side, cuts through, crosses the 40, near another first down.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see Braxton a lot more today than they've used him in the previous games.
Devin Woolhoff, the cornerback, up to make the tackle. Brings up a short 2nd and 2, always dangerous.
Yeah, you kind of have a free play here at 2nd and 2. A lot of times you'll see him go deep.
Donovan Evans to the near side. They hand the ball up. This is Spillum, their leading rusher. He breaks a tackle to 50. Now he's at 40. It's a race down the sidelines. Pettit, the only one there. He finally gets him. But at the 1 yard line.
Man, that is a great tackle by Pettit. I didn't think he was going to be able to get him. Touchdown saving tackle there for Pettit, but the defense kind of fell apart there.
Spillum coming in, 65 carries, 344. Tack on another 57-yard run. Spillum, the senior. First and goal for the Mavericks here, right on the doorstep. First quarter, no score. Hands it to Spillum. He bobbles the ball, and he's tackled behind the line by Black and by Darling.
They were right there, and I think he's going to have to lose about 3 yards right there. And he darn near lost the ball, too. That would have been a big break for the Grizzlies.
Oh, my goodness. Take a TO up in the booth. Are they actually going to spot the ball for a loss, Tim Boyle?
That's amazing, isn't it?
Second and goal. 7:23 left here in the first quarter.
From the 5-yard line.
Wide out.
Come on, boys.
Double back.
Come on, boys.
Right over to Braxton, and he's in for the score, wide open.
Yeah, somebody missed an assignment there. He was wide open. There was nobody near him. All he had to do was make sure he could catch the ball.
A 5-yard touchdown to number 5, Malik Braxton. And here comes on Mr. Schaefer. Malik Braxton, he hasn't run the ball too much this year, 11 for 61. First touchdown of the year on our unofficial stats.
Well, they're definitely getting him involved tonight.
The officials tonight, looks up, Schaefer's kick is up, and it's good. And with 7 minutes, 6 seconds left in the first quarter, Hannon's defense gets bludgeoned with a big 57-yard Spillum run. And their Mavericks are up 7-0. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
Glacier Peak football boosters will be holding a test drive event with Bickford Ford on October 11th from 10 to 4 in the Glacier Peak parking lot. Come out and test drive a new Ford and support Grizzly football. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle with you here. Snohomish Veterans Memorial Stadium. Schaefer to kick it off to Carter and Woolhoff.
Yeah, he might get to return this one. Yep.
Takes it right inside. Here comes Dexter Carter. He gets past the 15. He'll only make it up to the 19. Nice coverage there by the Mavericks.
We were hoping to see Dexter get a little action and finally had a chance.
So they win, does Meadowdale last week on an overtime, 17-14, a winning field goal. Edmonds Woodway, again, both of them sharing losses to Lake Stevens, who look, that quarterback, wow.
Well, and Lake Stevens is, they're ranked in the 4A division, so quality team, quality losses if there's such a, quality losses, yeah.
Brady Southern under center. Gets it off to Ian Black. Ian, early in the year against Snohomish, got most of the carries, him and Jensen. He'll take that one. See if they'll give him 4 yards.
Maybe 2. There was an article in the paper, if you guys didn't see that today, basically saying how they're basically a running team this year. I don't know if you caught that, Scott. But
you told me about that on the Herald. Gives it up the middle again to Ian Black. Gains another couple. It was 2nd and 7.
probably going to be 3rd and 5 maybe. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. I think they're going to have to get a little more creative on the offensive play calling right now because Meadowdale's not budging at all.
They're not. 13 carries, 103 yards coming into tonight for Ian Black. 3rd and 2. First series they were 3 and out. Well, not 3rd and out, but they had to punt. Dexter Carter in motion. Brady from the shotgun. He rolls to the near side again. Now he's in trouble. Breaks a couple tackles. There's a flag on the play. Brady just jailbreaks it, gets a first down. He gets to the 35, but there's a flag.
I think it's coming back. It's going to be a hold. That's the way it appears right now, so don't get too excited. They're going to, yeah. Meadowdale's pointing back at him that they're going to push him back, and it is a hold. That negated a big first down there for Brady.
Again, if you're just joining us, 5:49 left to go in this first quarter. Meadowdale up 7-0. Second offensive series for Glacier Peak. First one, they had to punt on a 4th and 3. As we see him walk this one back. Our referee, Jim Erickson. Our umpire, Mike Chumway. Line judge, Mike Dooley. John O'Neill, and our back judge, Steve Landreau. Here we go, 3rd and 13, Tim.
Well, Brady's going to probably have to go to the air here.
Wide outs. He goes back. Good protection. Now through the air. Wide open. Overthrows McCoy, and it's intercepted by Malik Braxton. He's to the 30, the 25. Now he's meets a bunch of blue shirts in the first big interception and turnover of the game. Things not going well for the Grizzlies.
No, was there any doubt that we were going to see a lot of Malik Braxton tonight? If there was any doubt, I think you can get rid of that.
So 3rd and 13. He actually was going for Andrew McCoy. Looks like he had him in kind of a gap through the zone coverage. He just overthrew him.
Yep, he was overthrown, and McCoy came in for Dexter Carter on that. I kind of assumed it was going to go somewhere to him.
Caleb Tingstad, the quarterback. He keeps it around the right corner. Nobody sees him. 10-5, second touchdown of the night. Tingstad waltzes in untouched. Touchdown Mavericks.
Boy, and it looked like there was a hold kind of with Spencer Pettit over here. It was kind of probably could have gone either way, but the refs didn't call it. So Meadowdale's looking real good.
5:23 very quickly off the INT with Southard, and Tingstad rolls in. Only got 5 carries coming into tonight. Not a big running threat traditionally. Brett Schaefer on for the extra point. Glacier Peak just knocked in the chops here, Tim.
Oh,
the lefty gets it blocked. Is it Fafita one more time?
It looks like it. Number 51.
Big Mo Fafita's second, to my eyes, extra point blocked.
Boy, and I said in pregame that the quarterback might struggle, being a new quarterback coming in on this Glacier Peak defense, and he doesn't look like he's struggling right now.
Oh, I tell you, somebody who doesn't struggle, though, Tim, if you're wondering.
Who?
It's Gabe and Megan Gilpin. Gilpin Realty, Gabe and Megan Gilpin are proud to sponsor tonight's game. Gilpin Realty has been family-owned and operated since 1968. I was born in 1969, which was a great year, by the way. Our 19 dedicated brokers, they have over 150 years of real estate experience combined. We know our market. They're proud to be considered your real estate #1 stop shop in Snohomish County and North King County. I want to thank Gabe and Megan Gilpin. Gilpin Realty, Tim Boyle.
Well said. What do we got for stats here, Scott? What's Braxton got that interception. These are official stats? I like it.
Tingstad there with a 23-yard touchdown run.
That was a dagger.
As Schaefer kicks it off. See if this one's returnable. It is by Woolhoff. Coming to the near side. Now he has a little crease. Give me a little space, a little breather. And Devin Woolhoff gets his crowd alive with a return to the mid-stripe.
And he gave him a little stiff arm too to get a few extra yards. I thought the stiff arm might shake him off, but did get him a few extra yards. So that's the run back they were looking for.
They needed a spark, and a great name.
It's coming back.
No.
Yeah. Somebody was holding. Rose out there trying to get an explanation on that. You know what's funny is I never even saw a flag come out there. Oh, he's holding. The side judge looks like he's holding one in his hand.
Let's go down to Ron. I know you were on that side. I don't know if you saw exactly what happened, if you ever caught the penalty.
Yeah, I did get it. There was a hold, basically a hold on the sidelines here. You didn't see the flag right about the 22-yard line. So unfortunately, that nice run back from that kickoff is coming back. Let's see if they can make a move on it. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ron.
So 13-0, 5:13 left in the first quarter, and Brady Southard goes at it one more time. This is being the third series. Cole McFadden on the near side, and they hand it off to the tailback there. Again, Ayala getting the carry one more time, but he's not going to get a lot, maybe 3 yards.
It's looking the line's looking a little flat right now. The play calling isn't real creative at the moment. I think they're going to have to get a little more creative on these the play calls.
2nd and 6 for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. He fakes it to, now he pitches it to Darling, and he doesn't connect. It rolls out of bounds.
And lucky for GP, that ball went out of bounds, because that was a live ball back there, and they're going to lose. They're going to lose a few on that one.
Now it's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 16-yard line. Not impressive stats for Glacier Peak offense so far tonight. Devin Wolhoff had a great return, came back with a...
Interesting, they got everybody on the short side of the field here. There goes Dexter Carter.
Little center screen to Darling, but number 32, Charlie White, had it read like a book he's read 100 times.
You got that right. They're just can't seem to get anything clicking right now.
He's reading the Spark Notes. He's got everything down. So another 4th down for Glacier Peak, their 2nd punt of the night in this early first quarter action.
Yeah, and they've been in 2 4th down situations where, normally Rowe kind of likes to give him something to go for on 4th down, and he's going for it.
They got to watch out too, Tim. Malik Braxton sits there at the 50-yard line ready to receive. Pettit gets a good one away, and he gets this out of bounds around the 45. But again, the Mavericks going to have great field position.
Now they're giving him a short field, that's for sure.
Brennan said that. Go ahead and make a read. It's Brennan, not Brendan.
Okay.
One of the players. Glacier Peak.
All right. Tonight's broadcast, as usual, brought to you by our friends A. Wesco Septic Service. A. Wesco, 888-488-5588, awescoseptic.com. Always love our friends.
They're a friend of the program, wouldn't you say?
They are family of the program. Friends, 7 days a week, Tim Boyle, 24-hour service, and here the play. Off to Spillum, who had the big 57-yard run. Takes the carry, he'll gain 4.
And Glacier Peak's going to definitely need a stop here, without a doubt.
What are you talking about?
I don't know we've been calling that.
13-0 Mavericks on top. And they have the ball on the Glacier Peak 42-yard line. Tingstad takes the snap, turns around, gets it to Spillum. Left side, cannot tackle him. Finally, Darling takes him, but he gets all the way to the 30. Maybe mark him at the 29. They cannot take down Mr. Spillum.
Meadowdale historically has had running backs like this. They've just those kind of running backs we can't seem to tackle.
13-yard pickup for Rory. And already with a big 57-yarder, the Mavericks putting it on the ground right now to Glacier Peak. 1st and 10, Tingstad, now he looks, plenty of time, goes right, gets it to White in the near side, and Pettit starts the tackle, and Jensen and Darling finish him off.
Well, right now, Scott, everything's going right for Meadowdale. Everything just seems to be bouncing their way, and Glacier Peak's going to need to come up with a stop or a turnover here to stay in this ball game. You don't want to go down 21-0 in the first quarter. That's going to be almost impossible to dig out of that.
Glacier Peak, their offense has been very prolific. Again, the third quarter, second half, traditionally that is. But this is a big hole. They don't want to get in here. It's 2:12 left in the first quarter. 2nd and 3. The Glacier Peak 22-yard line. Braxton in motion. They give it to Braxton, and he finally gets down. A big play.
Number 25. That was
great play by the Grizzlies. Zach Argue.
That was a great read.
He will lose.
That's what they've been needing right there. Historically, the third quarter has been good for Glacier Peak because they're deep. You know, and a lot of times these other teams are tired in the third quarter, and Glacier Peak's got 175 people suited up. So it doesn't seem to bother them too much.
You're not even exaggerating that much.
I don't think I am.
Tingstad takes the snap. Now over the middle. It's almost intercepted. Bobble is trying to go to Braxton again. But Matthew Darling there to break it up. Incomplete, brings up a 4th down, and interesting to see if we'll see Schaefer here.
Yeah, and on that play, the other thing is Argue just leveled the quarterback, and that kind of threw off his timing a little bit. So
they've traditionally they've been able to get pressure from the outside from McCoy and Brendan Jensen.
They just got it there. This is going to be a 42-yarder. So this, for high school football, this is not a chip shot. This will be a good kick if he makes it.
Had the extra point blocked. It's punt, or the hold is down. It's up, and it is good.
Wow. Well, I guess a little bit of a moral victory there for GP holding them because they haven't shown any signs of doing that yet.
No, if you're just, again, we'll step aside here. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. We'll come back with more right after this.
42 is what I have.
That was beautiful. Basically, yeah.
What's the attitude down there? Kind of punched in the mouth, kind of stunned. What's the deal on the Glacier Peak sideline?
Well, it's kind of a little bit of concern down here by the Grizzlies. Not quite as excited as they were earlier. I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but this rain is coming down off and on a little bit hard. Might be able to see it on the screen. You certainly can see it in the lights as that kickoff goes deep. And it's all yours, buddy.
Wolhoff takes it from his own 10, trying to get a blocker, skips out of one tackle, now trying to set it up, goes the other way, not much doing. Finally, Wisely goes north across the 25, and they'll start this series.
There's a lot of running by Wolhoff to get that to that 25.
Bunto with the tackle for Meadowdale. 16-0 on a 42-yard field goal by Schaefer.
Hey, Ron, how much farther would that field goal have been good for? See if Ron caught that. Yep.
We'll go to
Ron
Ron
later.
The new quarterback in, as there's a hurt Maverick on the very far side of the field. But Andrew McCoy, number 8, is in at quarterback again. He's number 2 on the depth chart, been playing mostly defense.
You know, though, we did see some of McCoy last year. He kind of traded some snaps, and you know, he shouldn't be. It's not like he's never been in the game before at quarterback. So
no, the junior, 6'1", 195, Dexter runs off the field. And here we go, 1:02 left to go just in the first quarter. Under center now is McCoy. Gets it to Black. Black up the middle, and there is nothing doing at all for the middle running game for Glacier Peak.
Well, Glacier Peak doesn't seem to be abandoning the they must think they're going to break a hole open there, but Meadowdale just isn't. They're getting that push on the offensive line or the defensive line, and they're just not falling for it.
Garrett Walsh, number 99 there, and also big 55 C.J. Lewis. 2nd and 9. McCoy. Does he give it or did he not? He gets it to Black. He crosses the 30 to the 33. It looks like the line judge is going to give him, but they're still going to be well short of a first down.
Well, again, they think they just feel like if they keep trying it up the middle here, something's going to break.
Now, Umpervich in the game. Tim Boyle, the star of last week.
Kind of an unsuspecting star, and I think there's a timeout on the field.
And that probably is a very good timeout. There was some confusion on the... Oh, no, that's the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter, okay.
Well, we'll step aside. Here's a message from one of our great sponsors here on STSPN. Don't go away.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
Start of the second quarter here. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle, our expert football analyst. Some scores here, Tim Boyle. Linwood holding on 15-7 over Interlake right now. And Marysville Pilchuck, a 3-0 lead over Stanwood.
Well, I thought that game would be more wide open by now.
Big third, and 4. The board is incorrect.
He's going to be about a yard short.
No, they look like the line judge, Tim, gave him the first to McCoy.
Oh, my goodness. We need replay Rob there on the I think we just got a really generous ball snap or a spot there. He looked like he was a good yard short, but, hey, they're going to take it.
So 1st and 10 again. McCoy in as quarterback. Brady Southard started the game. Ian Black in the backfield. They get it. They keep it now, McCoy, and he is wrestled down by big number 99, the big fella, Walsh.
He threw him in a head and arm. I think he must be a wrestler.
How many points did he get for that?
2 plus, depending on if there's a near fall or not.
99 yards rushing, the big 57-yard run by the Mavericks. Spilling the difference now, 16-0, start of the second quarter. 2nd and 6. McCoy, this time he gets it to Black. He sprints out of the pile. It's a race, and finally, but he fumbles as he gets down. They're going to call him down to the 25-yard line. That's exactly what Roy Rosenbaugh was talking about. Ian Black has some burst.
Yep, and he said that before the game he wanted to give him the ball, and I've been saying they must think there's going to be something opening up right there because it sure didn't look like there was going to be anything. And we lucked out with the him being ruled down too. That was pretty close.
Nick Neely is the only guy who could catch up to Black. And Ayala is in there now. Or no, is Black still in there? Looks like Ayala in there. You got to give him a breather. McCoy keeps it on the left side, punches through, kind of puts his head down, and he'll gain 2.
I think they gave him a favorable spot.
Well, they did last time for that first down.
They did.
We like it.
I think they gave him 3 on. Oh, they gave him 2, yep.
Glacier Peak offense not getting anything going. They've punted. Then they had an interception in the first quarter. That led to a 23-yard touchdown by Caleb Tingstad. and a 42-yard field goal by Brett Schaefer, and that's where we're at, 16-0, a goose egg, but Glacier Peak finally now threatening with 2nd down and 8. McCoy still in, fakes the pitch, keeps it, goes over the top into coverage. It's intercepted, the second tonight.
There is a flag on the play, though. There's a flag in the backfield, and the ref threw it from the end zone. It could be a holding on the defense. We're going to find out real quick here.
Bruters with the INT for the
Pass
Mavericks.
interference on the defense. So Glacier Peak gets away with a big one. I think that was away from the ball, too. Big break by Glacier Peak. They got to get those passes a little more crisp in there.
He had plenty of time. Nice. He froze the linebackers, the safeties there. A good play action play for Andrew McCoy, who's getting this series. Again, Brady Southard starting the game. Head coach Rory telling us that McCoy was going to get some snaps. So they'll leave him again at 2nd and 8.
It should be a first down, Scott, with
Should
the
it?
penalty. Yeah, because pass interference. So.
There we go.
Now it should be like 1st and 10 from the 11 or 12 is kind of what it's looking like from here.
Put it at the 12-yard line. Our scoreboard having some issues tonight.
That is a big break for Glacier
Huge.
Peak right there. That could have, that's one of the, that could be a game changer there.
65 yards on the ground for the Grizzlies tonight. Not much happening through the air. McCoy now rolling right. Looks over, tries to get a nice little pass to Matthew Darling. It's incomplete. He was well covered.
Yeah, if he would have completed that, it wouldn't have mattered much. He might have lost a couple if he completed it.
2nd down and 10. Still an opportunity for a first down here.
Glacier Peak seems to be rolling every time they want to go back to pass.
Andrew McCoy in. Want to thank McDaniel's Do-It Center. McDaniel's Do-It Center located in beautiful downtown Snohomish. I love it there, Tim Boyle.
It's like, hey, and you can actually find stuff there.
Oh, they greet you. They tell you exactly. It's like your own little personal GPS thing going on over there.
Love going in that place.
9:41 left in the first half. Glacier Peak trying to get on the scoreboard. Andrew McCoy, Black in the backfield. They get it to Black. No, they don't. They try, and that looked like a broken play as McCoy looks over puzzled.
It was. It kind of fell apart, and it looked like he kind of pitched it back to Dexter Carter, and he just had to fall on it.
They get the big break on the pass interference call on the what could have been the second interception from the Mavericks, but now they're sitting at 3rd and 12, going the wrong way here in the red zone. Diego Ayala back in the backfield now. Dexter Carter on the left side. Darling. You got Guffey here on the wide right. McCoy splits out. Now he's got 2 Mavericks and he can't go anywhere, and he fumbles when he gets down, but there's a loss back to the 25.
Yeah, not only the worst part about that is now it makes it a real, even for Spencer Pettit, that's not a gimme field goal. That's going to be a 42-yarder probably.
Ron, what's going on with the weather? We had some sprinkles going on. What's happening now?
Well, we got a lot of sprinkles down here, guys. It's everything's wet. The ball's wet. The field's wet. And let's see if Spencer can put this up about 42 yards. Looks like you're right.
Saw him practicing. Van Nuys with the hold. Darling, or with the snap. Darling with the hold. Pettit tried 3 from 50. This one, the hold is good. It's up. Is it good? Yes. No.
It was wide right. He had plenty of distance on that, but it was wide right, and just nothing seems to be going Glacier Peak's way.
7:58 here in the second quarter. First time they try and get on the board.
Ron was right there, so we'll go ask him what happened. Ron, what happened there?
Well, obviously he missed it right, as you guys probably saw. I think Spencer just got a little bit off on the kick there with that wet ball, and it spun away from him. So looks like Meadowdale will take over here on the 20-yard line, guys. Let's see if we can hold them again.
Okay, thanks, Ron.
Spencer Tried 3 from 50 plus last week. Unable to hit it. So the Mavericks offense, which is just cranking right now. Tingstad gets it to Spillum, and this time McCoy, the quarterback, turns into the pass rusher, and he gets him for a loss.
And now I got to tell you, McCoy has looked so good to me. At least in that game against Snohomish, he was coming off the end all night long. And I got to tell you, he's got to keep that up.
GP defense trying to pick up their offense here in the second quarter.
That was a 6-yard loss they got.
And they gave him the loss.
I know.
That's
incredible.
Splits to the near side. Tingstad back to pass, going over the far side. Tipped and caught. Over at the 25-yard line by number 10. Donovan Evans.
Again, everything seems to be kind of bouncing Meadowdale's way. And he was about to get sacked on that, too.
Senior, nice concentration, kind of a little bit of a tip drill to himself, but hauled it in, brings up 3rd and 4 after they were 2nd and 15.
Big third down here for Glacier Peak. Really needs a stop here.
39 yards through the air so far in this game for the Mavericks. Gives it to Spillum. Spillum finally is taken down, nowhere to go, and will bring up 4th down.
Probably going to force them to punt here unless they get really crazy.
Rory Spillum, 5 carries, 64 yards, 12.8 average.
And look who the punter is, Scott.
It's Malik Braxton. Another do-it-all.
Jeez, what else is the guy going to do?
Darling back to receive this punt. Let's see if they can get a good return here. Malik sets it up. Runs right in. Darling runs right into 25 in the white jersey. Blake Jackson.
You know, that actually could have been set up for a good return because it was kind of a line drive punt, but then Darling just happened to go in the direction of the defender there.
Speaking of Jackson making the tackle, Action Jackson Plumbing. Action Jackson Plumbing is a proud sponsor and our halftime sponsor for tonight's games. Licensed bonded. Give them a call, 425-877-5601, or go to actionjacksonplumbing.com. Brady Southard back in now. Andrew McCoy taking the last series. Now the senior 6'4" signal caller in for Glacier Peak. Starting at their 40. Gets it to Black. Black steps out of some tackles. Now they gang tackle him. They get a 1st down. He's into Maverick territory. Ian Black has been the superstar tonight with no score, but he's been the one to get the spark.
And they're going to need that because right now Meadowdale, in their mind, they're thinking Glacier Peak isn't a threat to pass the ball right now. And so that's exactly what Glacier Peak needs to be able to do, is get some running yards out of this.
1st and 10. For the Grizzlies on the 46-yard line of the Meadowdale Mavericks. They give it again to Black on the left side. This time nobody's fooled. Hopefully gets back to the line of scrimmage. Last 32-yard pickup for Black on the last one.
What's he got for the night so far, Scott?
6 carries, 57 yards. That was Ayala, you're saying? Excuse me, Diego. Ayala with the carry on that last run. Give him 1 yard. Again, I've got the Great Snohomish Veterans poll right in my way. Brady keeps it this time on the right. Now he pitches it over to Carter. Dexter Carter on the near side trying to make something happen. He'll get close to a 1st down. He's run out of bounds by Tyree Carson.
That was a great choice by Brady to pitch that to Dexter. Now, a few times Brady's been keeping that ball and not pitching it off, so that was a great play by Brady there.
Nice clean pitch too.
Yep.
No,
everything worked out right. He just was about a yard or 2 short of the 1st down marker.
Leave him at 3rd and 2 at the 38-yard line. 5:28 left in the second quarter. Glacier Peak down 16-0. Brady Southard under center. Gets it to Black. Black Can he get it? Brady pushes him forward. I think give Brady the assist.
Absolute. That was a great play by Brady. Just kind of the late surge there.
First down for Glacier Peak. And that's Ayala again. I can't keep him straight. Come on.
But it was Brady on the push, though.
It still was
You
Brady
have
on the
that
push.
part right.
34 and 44 playing tricks with Eagle Eye Cuneo and I. 1st and 10 now. Diago, he keeps it though, does Brady. Again, that big frame, he just leans into it.
Yeah, he's hard to bring down. He's not the fastest guy out there, but, you know, at 6'4", 6'5", he's not the easiest guy to bring down either.
4:53 left to go in this first half. Bring up a 2nd and 6. And Diego Ayala stays out there. Dexter Carter, and you got Umperovich, Kyle, who scored 2 last week. Cole McFadden on the far side of the field, the split wide out. Umperovich in motion. They hand it off to Diego Ayala. He's still churning and burning. Coming down, he finally loses it.
Oh, no.
But they recovered.
Oh. Boy, that's sometimes the repercussion of staying on your feet way too long, but I like the play.
Gets to the 12. Yeah, that's a huge 19-yard pickup for Diego Ayala, who's been carrying the load this season. But number 1 from the Mavericks, Nick Neely, did you see that? He was trying to tackle him by grabbing the ball.
Yeah, well, and unfortunately, that gave him an extra 20 yards.
1st and 10 from the 12. Now Ian Black is in the backfield. McFadden on the far side. They get it to Black, and he's met right away by 2 white hats.
Well, I think Glacier Peak, I think their strategy right now is we can wear them down, see what happens in the 3rd and 4th quarter. They're going to need to get some points on the board before they go into halftime, though.
Yes, that would help the momentum, the mentality, everything. Yeah. They need a little touchdown therapy right now.
You got to remember they're giving the ball back after halftime.
That's true. A great point. 2nd and 7. Fakes it. Now he pitches it to Umperovich, and he is cracked right there at the point of receiving the ball. Nothing for Kyle Yu to do.
That was a little dangerous play there, too.
We give Brady the assist on the other first down. That time I don't know if Kyle wanted him to pitch it to him.
He was pretty covered by the time he got there.
Loss of 4 again. 3rd and 8. Andrew McCoy comes in.
I think they're saying 3rd and 11 is what they're saying.
Or maybe that was 13. That was maybe not Kyle Umperovich. Apologize to those at home and family if I'm getting the wrong numbers here. Brady now, big 3rd down. Still keeps it. Rolling right. Now he's got to do something. Throwing around. Finally gets rid of it. In and out of the hands. Incomplete. Trying to go to Ian Black, who was covered like a blanket.
He wouldn't have got the first down anyway. He was still been about 7 or 8 yards short of the first down. And I think Pettit's going to go for another field goal here. So they got to get 3 points at least on the board. This one won't be nearly as long. This appears to be about a 31-yard field goal.
31-yard try. Spencer gave it a crack and was unsuccessful from 42 on the last series with 2:55 left in the half. The hold is up. Down. It's blocked.
Well,
or was it tipped? What happened?
Well, the snap, look, we'll go to Ron on this, but it looked like the snap went on the ground. Ron, you got anything for us on that?
Just right. You saw that right, Tim Boyle. That snap slid into the ground right into the holder's hands, and he couldn't get it up fast enough.
Yeah.
Poor Spencer Pettit to get rid of it. So block punt. No score here for Glacier Peak as we close in on this first half of the game.
Thanks, Ron. Yeah, that one's not Spencer's fault. It would look like that ball just skipped down and they couldn't get it in position fast enough.
Spencer Pettit, I know they were working on. You got Van Ness, the snapper, and Darling the hold, and Darling's been doing a great job getting the ball down for Spencer, but
It's raining too, so that doesn't help.
Meanwhile, the Mavericks back at work. They're going to hand the ball to Spillum and goes nowhere in the backfield. He'll lose some. McCoy there.
Yeah, McCoy got to him real quick there. McCoy's having himself quite the game. Well, geez, they got him in at quarterback, and then he's got to come and play defensive end.
That's what Hannon said. I don't care if he's playing quarterback, as long as he can still play defense and give me everything I need. 2:24 left. Boy, I can't remember a shutout for Glacier Peak. I don't think this year they've been shut out in the first half.
Nope, not even close.
16-0. Your scoreboard is correct if it's up. Mavericks on top. 2:08 left to go. Second and a long 12 for Caleb Tingstad. Back to pass. Now he's going deep. The right side wide open. Malik Braxton at the 50. I don't know if they're going to catch him. No, they won't. Touchdown, Meadowdale. Malik Braxton.
Boy, and that was not good. Somehow somebody missed their assignment on that one, and he was wide open in the secondary. And all he needed to do, if he just could catch that ball, you knew he was gone.
Unbelievable.
Can I change my score from the beginning?
Yeah, really. That was an 82-yard completion to Malik Braxton for the score after a 31-yard field goal try by Spencer Pettit. The snap probably wasn't good. Got through with the rain tonight. But I tell you, the rain not causing the Mavericks any problem, Tim Boyle, through the air.
Not a bit.
Brett Schaefer on for the extra point. He's flawless so far this season as he puts it through again. And with 1:50 left, 23-0. It's all Mavericks here from Snohomish. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
Well, we have to go back in the history books, Tim Boyle, when we've seen the Glacier Peak Grizzlies at home, especially down 23-0 with 1:50 left in the first half.
Well, Mount Si 2 years ago in the playoffs, or was it last year in the playoffs? Mount Si no, I guess it would have been 2 years ago.
Carter and Wolhoff back to receive. Brett Schaefer lays into this one as the rain starts coming down. Carter cannot take it out of the end zone.
He's just about 1.5 feet into the end zone. The ref blew it off, though.
Meadowdale just putting it on right now. 121 yards through the air. The biggest one, that 82-yard pass play. I tell you, there wasn't anybody within a zip code of Malik Braxton.
No, the only thing nice about that play is it didn't take any time off the clock, and it actually gives Glacier Peak some hope to actually put some points on the board. Looking for a silver lining there. That's about all there is. He's going to need to get some points on the board if they're going to stay in the game.
Tonight's game and every game, another friend, the Fred's Rivertown Ale House at downtown Snohomish. It's one of the greatest places. Before, we got great grub, great food, great drinks, anything you need. Fred's Rivertown Ale House. As Brady Southard back to pass. Now he goes down deep right corner, going for Carter. Didn't know it was there in triple coverage.
It actually went right out of the hands of Malik Braxton. It hit him right in the hands.
Incomplete there.
I'd blame that on the rain if I was him.
Yeah. Glacier Peak. Brady with already one interception tonight.
It just about had another one there.
2nd and 10. They'll do it again from the 20. Glacier Peak, only 3 yards passing tonight. No, 20 yards passing tonight for Glacier Peak, Tim.
Well, and they were all to Justin Guffey, and I don't know why they abandoned that.
Goes over. This one high, going to go to Guffey. And what was that?
Somebody drilled him after the play. Guffey's looking for a flag. That went way over Guffey's head. But they kind of, they had in that first series, they had a couple first downs to Guffey, and then they didn't come back to him.
Stephen Bunto looked like he gave him a little love tap there at the end, and Guffey, the hitman, wanted something.
3rd and 10, by the way.
Minute 40 left here in the first half. Brady Southard out there. The offense just cannot get anything going. Rolls to the near side, looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck it and roll. And he's chopped out of bounds around the 30-yard line.
He's going to be short of the first down. Now this is going to be an interesting call here. Well, let's see if they punt this ball. Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt it.
4th down.
Now historically, Rowe would have gone for that a lot.
Yes.
And maybe it's because it's Meadowdale, but that would be a play that he would normally go for in years past.
Ron Henthorne, the wedge. Nobody doesn't like him. He'll try and get head coach Rory Rosenbaugh as he heads into the tunnel. Rory probably not going to be in a good mood. We'll see if he even wants to talk to us. High snap. Pettit gets it away, and he belts it.
Jeez. Oh, they're going to. Oh, my.
Whoa, that's number 6 down there inside the 5. What a punt by Spencer Pettit.
That's going to be like a 70-yard punt. He just crushed that thing.
Sam Wyatt there, the junior, on great coverage, making sure nobody else got around that.
What do we got for yardage on that?
Boy, net.
That's got to be close to a 70-yarder.
Want to remind everybody, Tim, STSPN, they'll be broadcasting Everett Red Raider College football Sunday at 6 p.m. right here from Veterans Memorial Stadium. Don't miss it. Next week, STSPN will be back right here in Snohomish for the Snohomish Panthers versus Mount Vernon Bulldogs matchup. They'll be simulcasting that game with Fox Sports Radio AM 1380.
And that was a 69-yard punt, ladies and gentlemen.
1:20 left. The Mavericks, Malik Braxton, and he's just outside the goal line at the 1 as they started from their own 4-yard line, Tim.
He's going to lose two or 3 yards.
Timeout, Glacier Peak.
Glacier Peak's thinking we want to get the ball back here. They're hoping Meadowdale plays a couple conservative downs here.
Well, let's go to the drawing board. Let's let people at home take a breath here right before half. You're watching Glacier Peak football in Snohomish Times Sports Network. Do not go away.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
If you're thinking something's crooked on your scoreboard there, it is not. 23-0 right now. Meadowdale coming into this house and just putting a hurt on the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. 2nd and 12 from their 1.
Oh, that's going to give them 5 yards and get them right out of that end zone. Unless somebody move, but I think that's going against Glacier Peak. Oh, that's not when you want to do an offsides when you got them pinned down there.
Trying to look for any type of positivity for the Grizzlies. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Snohomish Times. Let us know you're out there.
I will say the penalties have not plagued Glacier Peak this year like they have in the past, although that one was painful.
We could be seeing again, coming into tonight, Meadowdale had a pretty brutal schedule. They had some high-level competition. And this one, Malik Braxton's going to get the carry over the left side, crosses the 5 to the 7-yard line with the clock still at 1:04. A lot of whistles going on down there.
Yeah, Meadowdale's wanting to just get, they're be happy to get 2 or 3 yards per carry just to kind of push it out of that end zone. They're going to punt the ball. If they stop them here, Glacier Peak should have a few seconds or 40 seconds on the clock or so to come down and try to score.
Well, stay tuned. Halftime, we'll take a break. We'll get some band action going. But we will break down. We'll get some caught up in some scores. Hey, we got a visitor here in the booth up here, Tim. It's a what is that? That's a spider the size of a Cadillac.
It's a Mesopotamian beetle.
Well, it's big enough to name. Is that the mascot?
It's probably venomous, too. He's on my phone now.
3rd down. 6 to go. Tingstad back. He's going to get crushed for a safety.
Now there is a flag on the play. Let's see what kind of, that should be a safety as far as where they mark the ball. But high school, you never know. They kind of give them some generous spots. However, there is a flag. But if it's a hold and it's in the end zone, that's going to be a safety anyway. Let's see what they call.
Ricky Krantz and Bert Cuneo.
It's against Meadowdale. It is a safety. It is a safety. Now the beauty about that gives them the ball back too. They're going to get 2 points and the ball. Sometimes giving up a safety is worse than giving up a touchdown.
Indeed it is. 1:03 left. Getting interesting. 23-2. Grizzlies get the ball. They needed that spark. Finally, this crowd, which we have a good crowd on hand here, is finally getting something to get excited about.
And now you look at the safety and how important was that 10-point swing where Pettit misses a field goal. They go down and score a quick touchdown. All right, you got a 10-point swing right there. Now take that off the board and you'd have yourself quite the ball game. So just those little things just kill you.
Pettit trying from 42 unsuccessfully tonight. Again, some issues with the snap and the hold. He tried also again 31-yard field goal. And this is big. If Glacier Peak can get something going and head into the tunnel with feeling good about themselves, like you pointed out, though, Tim, the Mavericks offense, who's almost unstoppable tonight, gets the ball to start the second half.
They do. Well, they stopped them pretty well here. You can punt, kick, or pass this ball. Yeah, you can do whatever you want after a safety.
The Mavericks right now, 121 yards through the air, 83 on the ground. Glacier Peak doing all their damage, what they've done, which is not a lot, through the ground, 105. And Ian Black leading the charge with 7 carries and 59 yards. And there's whistles going before that was even hit.
That's good because I think that's going to be an illegal procedure on the offense. So now they're going to kick it from the 15, if I'm not mistaken here. We'll see what they say. But that actually is a big break for Glacier Peak.
Well, they need some breaks. 1:03 left to go in this first half. And the Mavericks are called for offside.
So that should make them kick from the 15. Okay, why are they not putting the ball back?
Oh, they're trying to get the ball from the other side. Good time for me to tell you STSPN would like to encourage anyone interested in sponsoring this broadcast or helping to support girls sports broadcasting should email us at editor@snohomishtimes.com. And we'd also like to thank the following booster clubs for partnering with us to bring you live varsity sports: Archbishop Murphy, Cascade, Glacier Peak, Jackson, and Snohomish. Nobody covering all kinds of sports. We had the wedge on soccer last night.
Maybe do a wrestling match or two this year.
We got volleyball. I know he's already done a swimming and diving competition. Schaefer with a boot. And Dexter Carter takes it from his 15. Trying to figure out where he can go. Big block. Now he comes on the near side. Crosses the 40, makes a little move, and a big hit out of bounds.
Throw a flag. That's going to give him 15 yards from the 50, ladies and gentlemen. Late hit out of bounds, and just the time when they need it, too. So they're going to take possession at the 35-yard line.
11 seconds ticked off the clock. 52 seconds left to go in the first half. All of a sudden, the big momentum starting to shift to the guys in blue.
And, you know, surprisingly, when I'm watching that, I don't think he really meant to do that. It looks like they were kind of falling out of bounds. So Glacier Peak catches a little bit of a break there. We should get it right about the 35 if my public school math is correct.
Come on now. Boy, I'll tell you what, talk about college, my Arizona State Sun Devils absolutely got just crushed last night. I mean, just demoralized. UCLA just putting a hurting on the Sun Devils, my alma mater.
Yeah, well, UCLA is a good football
They
team.
really are. ASU's quarterback down, but their backup was pretty good. So they're going to mark this exactly where you said, right?
Well, I was thinking the 35, but I wasn't sure exactly. So it's going to be about the 36 or 37. I wasn't sure where exactly they threw the flag at, but I knew it was about the 50.
37-yard line, 52 seconds left to go. Glacier Peak has not threatened too many times tonight.
Well, they haven't threatened with the pass too much, and that's really what they need to do here.
20, here's Brady back to pass. Gets it, it's caught! On the near side, just short of a first down to Matthew Darling.
Darling does get out of bounds, more importantly, though. So great heads-up play for him to get out.
47 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a 9-yard pickup.
Brady again. Not a lot of success through the air tonight. Back to pass again. Now he tucks it under and goes in, and he's, I don't know about a horse collar, but Walsh makes sure he knows he's there.
He did get the first down, but that wasn't the main thing. They do stop the clocks, though, to move that chain, so that was actually important.
Down to 38 seconds here. 23-2. A safety by Glacier Peak. A big personal foul on the return by Dexter Carter. And here we are. Southern back to pass. Thinks about it. Now he dumps it off to Black at the 25. About to the line of scrimmage there.
That was actually a bad play just because he didn't get out of bounds. He kind of, do they have a timeout?
I think they have one left, 13 seconds. He's either got to spike it or get a timeout, and he spikes it. 8 seconds left on the clock.
So basically they got it time, I don't know, they got time for one play or kick a field goal.
I want Justin Guffey one-on-one.
I'd like to see it.
I want him on a post.
Guffey's got so much athletic ability, it is a good idea just to kind of throw it out there for him. Let your athletes do the work.
And there's some substitution. Brandon Jensen comes off.
They might have time for 2 plays, but it's going to be real tight. They'd have to get out of bounds. And now I think Meadowdale's taking a timeout, right?
Meadowdale timeout, which is a gift for Glacier Peak.
Glacier Peak can think about it. I think they could get off 2 plays if they do a quick little...
Tell me to go, what to do, what the best value is. They know the pars. They know all that stuff.
They can find you anything.
Here we go. 8 seconds left to go in the first half. Brady Southern back to pass. Getting tackled, and he thinks better of it. And they go down, and Brady cannot pull the trigger in time. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Now, that's one of those plays where you do just you get the pressure. I think you chuck it up into the end zone and see what happens.
Brady does have a gun if he needs it. Brings up fourth down.
So why is the time not ticking off the clock? Didn't we use all our timeouts? I'm guessing Meadowdale didn't take one, did they?
I don't know. Let's go down to Ron Henthorn. Maybe he can clear some of this up for us. Ron?
Yeah, you guys, GP took that timeout, and we got Spencer out there going for what looks like a 45-yard field goal. Is that right, Tim?
44 yards, it looks like, from here.
Let's see if he can put 3 more points on the score for Glacier Peak here, guys.
Okay, thank you, Ron.
Spencer has been dry lately, trying to get a good snap and a good hold. Snaps a little high. Darling gets it down. And from 44 yards, the weapon.
He kind of curved that in a little bit at the end.
That was a sinker.
That's a nice little field goal. Let's see if we can see if Ron's going to get somebody down here.
23-5 is Ron Henthorne. I can see him, and I think he's going to get Rory for a second. Go, Ron.
Okay.
Just quick.
Down here with Coach Rowe. Coach, not the score we were looking for, but a big change in momentum there at the half.
Yeah, we did some good things there at the end. Got the safety, got that field goal at the end. Hopefully we can build on that because up till then it wasn't real pretty, right?
Yeah, not too good. Are you a little surprised at Meadowdale out there?
No, I'm more surprised at us. I think we're making some uncharacteristic mistakes. Maybe give them credit for doing it. They're a good football team. We'll see if we can get it fixed in the second half.
All right, go ahead in the locker room and fix that, Coach.
Thanks, buddy.
Good to talk to you later. Back to you guys. There, you heard it from Coach Rowe.
Excellent. Thank you, Ron.
All right, we're at halftime at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, 23-5, and it's time now for me to go to our great friends Cunio's on Highway 9 and get some of the greatest grub in the world, as they are always nice enough to bring the delicious wraps up here for the STSPN
And they are very tasty.
They're phenomenal. Do not go away. We'll show you the Glacier Peak Grizzly Marching Band at halftime and some of our other great sponsors. Tim and I will be back right after this at the start of the second half. You're watching Glacier Peak football nowhere else but the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
It's just almost the start of the second half. Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle here. Glacier Peak getting stunned in this one, 23-5. The Meadowdale Mavericks putting it on, Tim Boyle.
They are, and unfortunately for Glacier Peak, they can't really get much offense going. You know, the couple times they have, the drive kind of stalled. The biggest thing for GP right now is a lack of a passing game. They really, if they're going to get back in this game, I think they got to fix that. Because right now, what are they? The passing, the other quarterback, Tingstad, he's thrown six times and 5 completions, and we're like, I don't know, 1 and.
Yeah, 5 for 11. Let's go down. Defensive coordinator Steve Hannon is down with the wedge. Ron Henthorn. Ron?
All right, so I'm down here with Steve Hannon. Steve, kind of not the score we were looking for at this halftime.
Yeah, not the one that we wanted, that's for sure. They just came out and they just hit us in the mouth, and now we've got to respond.
Couple of defensive breakdowns there. Did you get that fixed at halftime?
That's exactly what they were. We played pretty darn good defense except for 3 real problems. That 70-yard run, linebackers in the hole, he slips and falls. Kids off and running. We got the pressure on the quarterback we wanted. The corner falls down and they score a touchdown. So we take away 3, well, their option play they scored on 2. The outside backer doesn't take the quarterback. So we've made enough mistakes, but we've also played pretty good defense. So we're going to continue to go. We're probably going to bring more pressure to put more pressure on their offense and see if we can't stop them better that way.
Well, looked pretty good right there at the end of the half. Momentum changed and defense got really strong. So
yeah, that's what we're planning on doing the second half. We're gonna, but the time now is an element, so we're gonna have to put pressure on them and make them make plays, and maybe they will. We'll see.
All right, thanks, Steve. Good job out there.
Thanks.
Back to you in the booth, guys.
Thanks, Ron. Good questions there.
Also, the weather, it was coming down hard in the first half from time to time. That also a factor. Just a couple little scores from Wesco 4A. Monroe up big, 48-7 over Jackson.
And Monroe's going to be 4-0, Scott, after that game.
Monroe.
Who would have thought Monroe sitting at 4-0?
Hello, Monroe. Linwood still hanging on, 15-7 over Interlake. Everett taking it on the chops from Oak Harbor, 42-0. Marysville Gelchel leading Arlington. Is that right? 14-12?
You got to be kidding me. That's going to be a big upset there.
Break up Getchell there. Marysville Pilchuck putting it on Stanwood, 23-0 so far. Here we're 23-5. And that will do it. Shorewood and Shorecrest, that's the big battle, 3-0 for the Thunderbirds.
That's about what I'd expect there.
And 6-0 Mount Lake Terrace on top of Edmonds Woodway right now. That's a shocker.
That's one I'd like to see how that one progresses throughout the night.
So for the Mavericks, I mean, they're putting them on. I mean, a clinic. Tingstad again, he's rushed 2 times for 16 yards. Rory Spillum 7 for 63. Nothing, a big, huge 57-yard run from Spillum there in the first half. Like you said, 5 for 6, 121 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns. He had that massive one to Malik Braxton. They look like they can't do anything except just toss the rock around until the latter part right at the end of the game.
Yeah, that obviously, that's about the only mistake they really made. You know, and Braxton, you know, Malik Braxton's having a great game. He's got 2 touchdowns already tonight. He had the 82-yarder that he was wide open. You could have run that one in, Scott.
I could have tiptoed.
You could have. Now, what really cost Glacier Peak was that 10-point swing towards the end of the half. Spencer Pettit gets a bad snap on the ball, misses a field goal. They missed out on 3 points. The other Meadowdale goes down and scores 7 instantly. So an instant 10-point swing. You know, you take that out of the equation, which, you know, you'd have a completely different ball game here.
We'll see. Steve Hannon, adjustments always a chess game.
Remember they did that against Jackson last year. They were getting whooped pretty bad against Jackson, and they made all kinds of adjustments, and then they just came back out and did everything right. Now the quarterback position is going to be key for Glacier Peak in the second half. I mean, it always is, but it's really going to be key in the second half. They're going to need to get some passes going, and
There's just something going.
I don't know how much more they can ask. Their running game, again, a big defensive front line for Meadowdale, and you have Ayala Diego doing, still carrying the load, and they got some great shots early in the first half or first quarter by Ian Black. Got 105 yards on the ground. Like we said, 5 for 11, just 30 yards through the air for Glacier Peak. 2 catches by Guffey and 2 catches by Darling.
Yeah, and if they opened up, if they had a little bit better of a passing game, it would open up that running game so much more, and they could really be running it down their throat. But when you don't have a passing threat, they can kind of key on the run.
Glacier Peak is going to kick off as Meadowdale won the coin toss. To begin, they deferred. And here we go, second half high school football. Scott Oshman along with Tim Boyle. We're glad you're with us. You just never know. That goes back to Malik Braxton. He catches it, fumbles it in the end zone. That's the automatic touchback.
They don't even have to field it. They should make them field it anyway.
If you're logged on here, STSPN, you can also catch SLSN, but we're also covering STSPN has another game, a Cascade game tonight. Lots of prep football on the interwebs, Tim Boyle.
Speaking of prep, what do we have next week, Scott?
Next week is the trip down 405 to what some call the professional stadium of Bellevue.
The third best team in Washington.
Yikes. Tingstad gives it to Malik Braxton, far side. McCoy there, got it, fumble! Brandon Jensen, the closest, still on the ground!
Did they fall on it? Looks like they were trying to pick it up and run.
McCoy says they have it!
They've got it, and that's exactly the break they need.
Huge turnover.
Now how important are those last points they didn't get in the end of the half?
Wow. Just like Hannon dialed it up at halftime. I tell you, one of the biggest inspirational speeches of all time, and Justin the Hitman Guffey comes up with the ball.
Boy, Malik Braxton's having himself a great game. They stripped the ball. He was kind of running in the backfield and stripped the ball, and what a break. What, the 5-yard line?
First and goal.
They got to be able to punch it in here, though.
Brady started last series. They traded off with McCoy. He gives it. Big 44, keeps the wheels burning and turning. Still on his feet.
It's going to be about the one.
Diego Ayala. Bringing the lunch pail every night.
It is. They do mark. They get them down to the 1-yard line.
Now they bring in Ian Black.
This is where you just need a little bit of an offensive line push here.
From the 1, second and goal. They get it to Black. Is he in?
I think he's in.
Come on. Touchdown, Glacier Peak.
Couldn't have dialed it up any better. Couldn't have, not even close. Well, one, it negates their opening drive. You know, they got to kick the ball off to them and take it away, score a touchdown. They're back in the game.
Here we go. Spencer Pettit on for the extra point.
11 points with 11:11 left.
That's right. Spencer lines it up. Darling with a hold. Van Ness with the snap. Finally, the crowd now is getting back into this game. Opening seconds. Kick it's up, and it is good.
Boy, what a break for GP.
Oh, how the tides have turned. If you're looking on your browser and didn't know where to go on your phone, your iPad, doesn't matter. Stay right here. You want to catch the rest of this one right now. We'll be back in just a second. Glacier Peak football on the Snohomish Times Sports Network.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
Well, if you went to get some snacks or something at halftime and you're like, oh, the Grizzlies just can't get it together tonight, well, I hope you saw the opening of the second half. Now 23-12, Tim Boyle. What a turn of events.
Yep, exactly what it's kind of a, now they're back in the ball game, you know.
Spencer Pettit out there again. Malik Braxton joined there with Neely, number 1. See if Spencer can punch it through the end zone. This one, he does.
That's about 5 yards deep into the end zone. Now what you hope here is that kind of cracked their psyche a little. They're kind of, you know, you kind of hope they're shell-shocked a little bit.
And the defense should be fired up right now.
I think they are. I saw Coach Hannon was, he was all fired up after that.
Well, I'm fired up when I talk about Gilpin Realty, Tim Boyle. Wow, they know the market. They're proud to be considered your real estate one-stop shop in Snohomish County, North King County. New construction, remodel, doesn't matter. Commercial property, just give them a call. Check them out, Gilpin Realty. Proud to have them. 1st and 10 from the 20. Tinkstad hands it off now, and he is hammered down. Big Mo Fafita and friends.
And Mo actually had an offensive lineman grabbing him at the same time he was taking the guy down.
And Spillum, number 4, Tim, is tapping his hat. He needs to come off. Their leading rusher.
I wonder why he needs to come off.
7 carries, 63 yards in the first half, averaging 9 a carry, though. And that's a big deal for Maverick fans, and good news.
And the Glacier Peak defense has got new life in them.
The Springs are on a loss of 2 now, 2nd and 12. Now they've got Braxton in the backfield. He gets it to Braxton on the left side. He's tripped up and he's brought down again behind the line of scrimmage.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, defense made some adjustments at halftime. I can't figure out exactly what they were yet, but they did something. Well, I think Steve said he was going to try to get a little more pressure in. And
3rd and 13, Tim.
Yeah. See how he passes the ball here.
Their own 17-yard line. Caleb. Malik Braxton behind him. 3rd and long. See if they bring him. It's tipped up front, and it's going to be incomplete. A big Grizzly paw got that one, Tim.
Was that Mosese that got that one?
I'm not sure. We'll see. Eagle Eye, did you see that?
I got to tell you, it looks like a whole different team out here now.
We'll see with the punt. Ron Henthorne, the wedge. It's like a whole new day down there.
You can't believe the excitement down here on the sideline, Scott. These kids are all fired up with that defensive stop there, and almost got another one there.
Braxton gets that away, and it's going to be Guffey from the 46. Trying to weave and dodge. He does. A nice little take back. He'll get into Maverick territory around the 37. And Guffey, let's get him the ball.
Exactly. That's the kind of guy you want the ball. You want the ball in his hands. He's got so much athletic ability that he's just that guy. If it's in his hands, he's going to make something happen.
Now it comes down to the offense. Struggling mighty. They punched it in. Ian Black from the 1 after a big fumble from the Mavericks on the first play of the second half. Guffey recovers it. Ayala in the backfield. Cole McFadden on the near side. They give it to Diego. Crosses the 35. They'll see where he spots the ball.
You know, if they make a comeback here, it's going to be kind of unlike the Grizzlies because they haven't really done. They did it against Jackson last year, but historically, they haven't really come from behind in a lot of games because they're usually not.
They're not right. They're not used to it. They don't have a lot of practice. Garrett Walsh, number 99. What a stud up front with a tackle on that one. Diago gets it. No, he keeps it. Now he dumps it off to Darling, and boy, that thing, they stretched that out, Tim. They're going to get, they'll see where they spot it, but the option just not
I think it looks like they went to the short side of the field on that too, and they didn't have any room left on the sideline here. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8, I think.
Charlie White, 32, and James Bruders. Boy, they are good, the linebacking core. Mavericks always been known for great linebackers over the years.
They've always had good defenses every time we played them.
Mike Don, his 2nd year as head coach for the Mavericks.
See if they can get something going in the air here.
Now from the shotgun, Brady Southard. He's going to roll to the near side again. Now he goes, lofts it up, trying to go to Will. No, McFadden.
Oh, that was so close.
Incomplete. Neely was right there. That had to thread a needle.
It did. Well, he was double covered, too.
Trying to get it to Cole McFadden.
They're going to have to go for it. I don't see him punting it from this spot in the field. 4th and 8.
They got to take some of this momentum, and they got to crack one here.
I'd like to see him go for the long side of the field on here. They've been doing a lot of work on the short side of the field, and the out of bounds seems to get in their way every time.
Southard 5 for 12 tonight, 1 interception. His longest connection, only 11-yarder.
Looks like they're going to call a timeout.
Argue comes into the game, 25. Glacier Peak taking their first time out, Tim. We will do so as well. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. 4th and 8 for the Grizzlies.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
The tension meter dialing up. I'm inching towards the edge of my seat, Tim Boyle. 23-12, 8:09 left to go in this 3rd quarter.
That's because this is a big 4th down here.
Very big.
I'd like to see him go to the longer side of the field here, and I think, is that big Guffey over there?
Well, that's McFadden out far side. We'll see where Guffey is. Brady back, has a little time, setting up. Now he has to get rid of it. And off the fingertips, trying to go to Darling. And he just couldn't hang on.
Wouldn't have mattered.
He was going to get popped, and it was well before the first down.
He wasn't going to get the first down on that. Disappointing. They got to be able to get something going through the air, and they just can't make it click. And they always seem to be, it seems like Brady, every play seems to be going to his left side. They need to try something on the other side of the field.
Glacier Peak offense can't quite close the deal on a 4th and 8. The Mavericks haven't been able to do much on their last 3 series either. Tingstad back. Caleb gets it over to Braxton in the middle of the field, and Big Mo Fafita catches up with him and takes him to the carpet.
Oh, my. Mo tracked him down, too. Actually, Mo's obviously not as fast as Braxton, but he read that play really well.
He didn't have to be.
Yeah. Mo's having a great game tonight. Didn't he block a field goal too? Or?
And that's not his first this season. He has gotten the paws up there a couple times this season. And the Glacier Peak defense doing what they got to do here. First, now 2nd and 9. And we'll see Spillum back there. He goes over and he passes. It's complete on the near side, and that'll be a Maverick first down to number 10, Donovan Evans.
First time, really, the Mavericks have been able to get anything going this half.
But Caleb Tingstad, you know, the backup quarterback.
Yeah, and I made the mistake of saying I thought he might struggle tonight, and it doesn't look like he is.
J.P. Routon, the starter, having a heck of a season, goes down with an injury against Mount Lake Terrace. But Caleb Tingstad, he brought him to victory last week against Edmond Woodway. Getting pressure. Now he goes down. Brandon Brandon Jensen, how you doing?
He just came right from his blind side, unmolested, and just drills him from behind. That's going to be a big loss, actually.
6:43 in the third quarter, 23-12 the score.
They lost 9 yards on that play.
Brings up 2nd and 19-yard line. They have to go to the 41 of GP to get a first down. Now here's where in the first half big plays hurt Glacier Peak. The 82-yard pass and touchdown and the big 57-yard run. Spillum back in the game. Caleb gets it over to Braxton. He's right there, Mitt. And it's Spencer Pettit.
And I think he's going to lose a few more yards. I think it's going to be like 3rd and 23. And right now, the Glacier Peak isn't really giving up anything.
Brandon Jensen again there on the tackle with the weapon, Spencer Pettit. Playing both sides really well, the weapon.
I like what I'm seeing here.
Third,
it is 3rd and 22, Scott.
That's 3rd and, what do you call it, an airplane ride?
It is.
That's an overseas. It's business class right here. Caleb back to pass, gets it over. It's caught at the 50, but he is crashed down. Loses the ball.
They're saying Glacier Peak saying they have the ball.
Oh, my.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Ron, did you have a good look at that at all?
I had a really good look at that. That was a true fumble. I think GP does have the ball, but I think they're going to call him down before the fumble.
They're signaling Meadowdale ball. Thanks, Ron. Oh, where's the instant replay?
It's coming up on our screen in the booth as we're watching the game on a little delay. Maybe we'll get to see a good look at it. We have replay Rob here, but he's not quite. It's not quite replay Rob.
I mean, the only consolation of that, it's still 4th and 10, but boy, that hurts.
And Malik Braxton looking over at Mike Don saying, what do you want here? And Caleb Tingstad comes in.
You got to be careful of a fake.
Yeah, exactly. He does get it kind of rugby style as Guffey catches it. Does he step out at the 11? They say no. He keeps going, but now they say steps out at the 21.
It was really close.
Ooh, he walked a tightrope.
Like it. Guffey doesn't like it. Guffey's petitioning. That's a 2nd play in a row we need replay on.
We're coming up right here. That did look like a fumble, by the way. BT Dubs. So the gaudy Maverick offense in the first half started sputtering at the end of the first half, and they haven't been able to get anything going here. The GP defense is on fire.
Yeah, but they need the offense to be on fire.
Yes, they do. They got some catching up to do. Brady Southard from the 21. Pitches it over to Woloff, and he crosses, maybe gets a yard.
Seeing again, they're working that short side of the field, too.
See what happens. Walsh there, big number 99, their stud. Gets him pushed out. 2nd and 9. 4:16 left in the third quarter here.
Well, now they got Guffey lined up over there on the far side, so see if they can get it to him.
Split to the right. Ayala right up the middle, and absolutely the door was shut by big number 65.
Well, the
Tejano.
defense has responded. They just need the offense to kick it in gear a little bit here.
Talavia. He's a big boy. Number 65. Well, here's a big 3rd and 8, Tim. Under center. Here's a run up the middle. It's Black, and he struggles, but they're going to get it to him.
Yeah, he's got it by a couple yards.
Big first down there. Boy, mixing it up between Black and Ayala, two different runners.
Looked like Guffey was over there on the other side of the field, like waving his hands like, look at me.
Split out to the right now from the 33. Hands it up the middle again, trying to get some push up front. by Pylon, Logan Pylon, 50 true.
They're definitely not abandoning the run, are they?
No. A gain of 1. Or maybe was it 2? 2nd and 7. So they're going to give him 3 right across. 36-yard line. Again, under center. Black in the backfield. And Brady is holding that ball like a loaf of bread, as they say, and he finally can't pitch it to the short side, Tim, and he'll go down and with a loss.
Yeah, they need to dial a couple other things up out of the playbook. Yes, no?
Yes, I agree. They're really not showing a lot.
No, it seems like they're working everything on the short side of the field, and they run out of real estate.
Another big 3rd and long, 3rd and 8, 2:25, clock ticking down. Now Brady rolling to the far side, now pulls the trigger. Is it caught? Incomplete. Wolhoff had it. He was hit hard.
He was drilled in the back, and he would have had the first down. He was about a half a yard over that line, but he is drilled.
And he's down on the ground. James Bruder put a hurting on him, number 36 for the Mavericks, with 2:17 left. We'll step away as they tend to Devin Wolhoff. Brings up a 4th and 8 right after this.
Are you a whiz in filmmaking? Do you want to become extraordinary in filmmaking? Then come to Shoreline Community College and work with Shoreline Productions, where you will learn to transform your work in teams of working professionals and students to create enchanting effects such as green screen, text animation, and so much more. So come to Shoreline Community College, where you can mystify and dazzle in filmmaking.
Power. There was a penalty, Tim, as we hear over the PA.
Yeah, obviously it was an illegal man downfield on Glacier Peak, and Meadowdale's obviously going to decline and make it 4th down.
Coming into tonight, Glacier Peak, they average 126 yards passing, 268 on the ground again, but they had kind of a lighter schedule coming into this game, but they're not anywhere near that tonight.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily Meadowdale's defense.
No.
It's kind of a stagnant offense.
And he calls a fair catch, does he, or no? Malik Braxton will get put out there at the 38-yard line of the Mavericks. That's where they'll start.
I think the defense is actually going to have to score a touchdown for him here.
Yeah, you're right. They've been doing everything else.
I think they're going to need him to do that.
The only touchdown tonight for Glacier Peak coming after a huge fumble recovery to start the second half, a 1-yard run by Ian Black, but they started at the 5.
Well, and the defense got him the safety, too.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then a Spencer Pettit field goal, and that's where we sit, 23-12. Caleb Tingstad keeps it on the left side, fakes everybody out except Cole McFadden.
Gets about 2 or 3 yards the hard way there.
Brandon Jensen get in the tackle there as well.
He's been all over the place tonight.
He has. He's had a great game. Both atop the Wesco 3-0 South at 2-0. Meadowdale coming in just 1 loss to Lake Stevens. They put it on the first half. 1:34 in this third quarter. They hand it off to Spillum. He has a big opening. Crosses midfield. A Maverick first down.
And unfortunately, they had him about 3 yards back of the line of scrimmage, and he just kind of squeaked out of there. So it's a great effort by Spillman.
Spillum, yeah, another great run by their big senior, 5'9", 175. He's having a heck of a night. And Cole McFadden thank good the Jets there got to catch up. So 1st and 10 now on the GP side of the field. I-back set up. They give it to Spillum on the left side. Nothing doing. Big Mo Fafita.
He's actually going to lose about two yards on that play.
Mo getting there, but again, his little brother Malachi taking up a lot of meat up front and giving him opportunity.
Yeah, between the two of those guys, there's not much daylight. And, you know, Steve Hannon brought up a good point at the half, after half, is really it's just
tackle by Pettit. The pass is complete.
You normally don't see a kicker make a hit like that.
No, Donovan Evans. Tell you, the weapon man.
A little mad because of the holds today.
Yes, he is. Can't quite get it, but that'll end the 3rd quarter. This one's still.
Some for the little ones. There's really no reason to go anywhere else. See us online at Eye Care Center of Snohomish.com or call 360-568-6666.
We could have an interesting ball game here live from Veterans Memorial Stadium, 23-12. Start of the 4th quarter, and the defense for Glacier Peak has come out on fire the second half. They need to pass the torch to this GP offense. They just cannot get it going. Try one more time for the Mavericks. Third. What was going on there?
I think it's a false start. I think that's going to back them up.
3rd and 8 there for the Mavericks.
See what they call that. Typically that goes on the offense, and it does. False start. Yeah, so that makes it a little more tricky at 3rd and 13. Now you're probably going to see a pass.
GP defense this second half and the end of the first really been putting the Mavericks in long range situations.
Here the Mavericks want to get about 8 or 9.
See if Hannon brings the house or he comes back. Looks like they're ready to blitz. Caleb Tingston gets it off. It's broken up by Darling.
That was a wonderful defensive play by Darling. That might have actually gone for a touchdown had he catch that. Now number 19's a little ticked off. He's thinking he's looking for a penalty there. But the nice thing about that, it keeps them, if they would have got 8 or 9 yards on that too, they probably would have been in 4-down territory. So it's going to force them to punt.
Number 19, I have Harrison White. That was the intended receiver, but no avail. 4th and 13, 11:55, just the start of the 4th. Malik Braxton gets it away. And Guffey gets it, takes it around the 10. Now he switches field. Nice block. Trying to find a rhythm, gets across the 20, the 22. Boy, he works hard.
He does. And he must have broke about 5 or 6 tackles. You know, what a great play by Guffey. A little bit dangerous, but it's turned out okay.
Very nice block up front. Didn't see who that was, but
you got to get the ball in his hands just a little bit more in this game.
And we haven't seen Dexter Carter. They haven't gotten him in space where he can make a guy miss.
The times they've gone to Dexter, it's on that short side of the field, and there's just not much room to work.
Looking for something good to happen here for GP offense. Senior Brady Southard, the 6'4 senior, as we have is this official timeout?
Yeah, the officials are going to caucus there.
Let's go down to Ron Henthorn. Ron, you're a collegiate football player. What's this offense got to do? What do you see opening up?
Well, I'm saying about the same thing you are, guys. I'm not sure what the referees are talking about down here now, but they're having a little discussion about something out here. I'll let you know as soon as I find out.
We'll come back to you in a second. Looks like they're going to march off something.
Yeah, they're in deep discussion right now.
You know, make the call and let's go on.
As we look on, they talk to Rory now.
Let's see if Ron can. Where's Ron at?
He's standing right close. The wedge will get in there. He'll go walk right out in between.
Ron, you got anything?
trying to see what's going on.
I want to know what they're talking about out there that's such an important discussion.
Jim Erickson, the head referee, Mike Chumway, Mike Dooley, John O'Neill, and Steve Landreau are officials tonight.
Hey, Ron, can you hear us up here? What are they talking about?
They're talking about the clock. They just changed the clock time to 11:45, so apparently the clock did not start as they were getting ready to run that play, and that's what the discussion was about.
Okay.
So 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Diego Ayala, the back right there. Argue here on the near side. And Darling in motion, slips out. Now he goes across high, almost intercepted. Trying to go for Cole McFadden, a little bit too much sauce and too high. Incomplete.
I like the fact they went to the longer side of the field finally. But again, the passing game, not much of a threat at the moment.
2nd and 10 from their 22. Again, Brady having a rough one in the air. 5 for 14, 1 interception in that first quarter.
What was, and then we had McCoy come in.
McCoy 0 for 1.
0 for 1.
So 2nd and 10. Now they spread the field out. But they hand it off up middle, and Ayala bumps off one guy, but nowhere to go as the Mavericks stuff him. And again, they're going to be looking at a 3rd and 10.
3rd and long, and they got to convert some of these. You know, we're in the 4th quarter now, so they're gonna what they need is a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal. For those of you at home that are wondering what Glacier Peak needs to do to get in this game, that's the math for you.
11-10 left to go in this football game. 23-12. Brady gets it off. Now here's a little break. He's going to get the first down.
And it was a wildcat call. They snapped it right. Is that?
That's Black. Ian Black, 34.
They snapped it right to Black, and Meadowdale didn't see it. Now that was a great play. I like that. Little more creative.
Ian Black, a 15-yard pickup for Black.
And that was large.
Huge first down, one of the biggest conversions. Now he comes from the shotgun, a little high snap. He's got it, looking over the near side. Now goes in the middle, almost intercepted, trying to go for Darling, who was caught up. Yeah. Boy, those are dangerous.
Yep, they gotta find the mark on those. Actually, I like the way Brady dropped back, and I like the way his form looked and everything. Just couldn't quite find the mark.
2nd and 10 still on the Maverick 39-yard line. They're starting to spread them out, though, Tim. You got Dexter Carter out there, McFadden.
They got their athletes out there.
See if they can hold them. They go up the middle again. They try to run the trap, pulling the guard.
Now we're going to be sitting on a 3rd and 9 or 3rd and long again.
Davis Van Ness, Brendan Berg, Josh Stokely, Logan Pylon.
I think you got to get 5, 6 yards here just so you can give Rowe a chance to go for it on 4th down.
Another huge 3rd and long. It's been the night of 3rd and long for GP offense. Brady, plenty of time. Now he lets it go to Black, but Black's crushed. He fumbles the ball. If they call it complete, the Mavericks have it. He gets up. I think he was already touched. The referee's just sitting there.
The referees aren't doing anything. Rowe's on the field saying that was an incomplete pass, but they're gonna call that a complete pass and a fumble. I don't think he actually had that ball from here. Well, in the pros, you gotta catch it, make a couple steps. You gotta text somebody. I don't know. Here,
a football play.
Yeah, here it didn't look like he had it at all. Maybe they're gonna have a little talk about it.
Well, they are conversing as we get to see the luxury, but you can see STSPN on demand, our YouTube channel, and we see it. I don't know if that was a catch. We have the delay on right here. It didn't look like he actually got full possession, but nonetheless a huge turnover, the second one tonight. for Glacier Peak on that 3rd and 8, costly. Now time, Tim Boyle, comes into play.
Yeah, 9:50. Now it's the clock is your enemy at this point.
Gets to Spillum on the right side, right inside Glacier Peak territory. They started at the 48. They're going to get a nice first down run from Rory Spillum.
Well, and the problem here is you can only ask your defense to do so much for so long.
How many times can you go to the well?
Yeah. At some point, your offense has got to be able to help it out.
STSPN thankful for a Wesco Septic. That's right, $50 off if you mention this ad when you call them 1-888-488-5588 or check it out, awescoseptic.com. Nobody does it better, faster. A Wesco Septic. Want to thank everybody over there for their great partnership these last few years with STSPN. 2nd and 6. Caleb now has to hurry. The screen not there, incomplete, and he was...
Oh, and they're going to get it.
Brandon Jensen.
They're going to get him for roughing the passer. That's too bad because that's going to cost him dearly. Just gave him a little bit too much extracurricular activity there.
And Brandon's had just a phenomenal night tonight. And you might hear the boos in the background from this Glacier Peak crowd here.
Just what you don't want to do at this point in the game.
8:57 left, 23-12. Again, we were talking pregame. These are pretty much regarded as the 2 better teams in Wesco 3A South, as the referee takes a long walk.
Almost every single year it's come down to these 2 teams for the championship. Of course, now you got Marysville-Pilchuck up on the other side of the bracket.
It's true.
And they're looking real good this year.
Austin Joyner.
Future Coug.
That's right. And, hey, the Cougs, I tell you, they gave Oregon everything they got, plus they threw in a horrible call by the ref.
Yep, it was that was disappointing, but they played him about as good as they could.
Spillum gets the handoff, and he's going to get a gain of 1, maybe 2, but they're down already at the 29.
8:45 left in the game. Again, clock's the enemy right now.
And Glacier Peak, remember, had to burn that timeout early in the second half.
Yep, it's going to cost them.
So only 2 left as far as trying to stop the clock bleeding. Next week, Tim and I, we get the week off, Tim.
We do, but Glacier Peak sure doesn't.
No, they do not. They head down to Bellevue to play the powerhouse. 2nd and 8. Caleb Tingstad now gets it over to Malik Braxton on the left side, and he's got so much more, and he punches it in, and that should pretty much put the door
Matthew Darling's
closed.
asking for an illegal block down by the goal line, but that's going to be Braxton's 3rd touchdown of the night, and we thought at the beginning of the game we were going to see a lot of him tonight, and that does pretty much shut the door on him.
28-yard run? 28-yard touchdown run for Malik Braxton. And, boy, he has put on a show tonight.
You know, historically it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for Glacier Peak to be able to come back and score 3 touchdowns in a quarter.
It's true.
But just tonight they just have for them to even get 1 it'd be tough.
Schaefer does his job and puts it through. 28-yard run, Malik Braxton. Boy, he adds to a ginormous night tonight. On the ground, in the air, all over the place. 2 left. We'll look at this one again here real soon.
We all want to protect our gift of sight, which is why regular eye exams are so important. Regular eye exams not only allow your optometrist to improve the quality of your vision by changing the prescription of your glasses or contact lenses, but also to assess your overall eye health. Even if you see clearly now, it does not mean your eyes are healthy or won't change over time.
8:02 left to go in the fourth quarter here in this one. Meadowdale coming on the road and putting it to Glacier Peak. 30-12 now. Schaefer, or is that Schaefer? Yep, that's Schaefer going to kick it off.
Meadowdale's getting a little revenge on Glacier Peak's won the last 3 out of 4 meetings here, and Meadowdale's it's their turn.
That one's going to go deep into the night.
That was about 8 yards deep in the end zone, so that kid's got a foot.
Some high-powered kickers here on display. And STSPN wants to thank the Snohomish School District IT department for helping us get connected.
Now, Glacier Peak's got they're down by 3 scores here, so looking a little bleak at the moment.
It is, as the crowd starts to begin heavier conversations with each other and what's going on after the game.
They're very silent.
They are. And under center is Southard. He hands it off to the first up back, and he'll get a couple, and that's Diego Ayala. We still have to, I believe, we're under contract, Tim, to announce the STSPN player of the game afterwards.
That's going to be tough at this moment.
Statistician Johnny McLean wants Mosese Fafita. He has had a heck of a night tonight.
I agree.
2nd and 8 for GP. And there's whistles blown before they snapped it.
They jumped. Number 44, I think, jumped off sides. See what they call. Not sure if he was drawn off sides or not. Out there going to give it it's going to be a false start. Nothing going Glacier Peak's way right now.
Hatch coming off number 2, and Ayala will take a breather as Ian Black comes in.
Oh, maybe they are going the other way with it. It looked like they were going, they backed up like it was against Glacier Peak. Now they're marching it off the other way. That's interesting.
Offsides. Well, next for the Mavericks, they play Shorewood.
That's not going to be too much of a problem for them.
Shouldn't be. So 2nd down and 3rd. They hand it right up the gut. Nice little pop up front for the first down.
He stayed on his feet for quite a while after people contacted him.
Ian Black, he's a baller. I like him. He's doing a nice job. Oh, McCoy is now in at quarterback. Brady Southard might be retired for the evening.
Well, see if he can get some things going here.
1st and 10. Now he keeps it up front. He's got some wheels, trying to get loose. Crosses the 50. Good run.
Excellent run, and it gets him the first down and stops the clock. So it's everything you want right there. The problem with Glacier Peak tonight is, one, you're working against the clock, and they're running the ball every time. So if they can get first downs, though, that will stop the clock temporarily.
Mount Lake Terrace up on Edmonds Woodway, 14-7 right now. We'll stay tuned to that. And McCoy keeps it again on the left side, and he has some room.
That might be a first down again.
And this is what
see where they're spotting that.
Rory Rosenbaugh told us.
It is a first down, Scott.
Yeah, McCoy has got some wheels, and they want to try and get him running. I don't know if they could have done it earlier or not, but they were just sitting at 3rd and 8 so many times.
All night long.
McCoy keeps it again, trying to get off the turf.
That's going to burn some clock there. Pretty much no gain on that play. Maybe 1 if he's lucky.
Now Southard comes back in.
Interesting.
Oh, now McCoy's sent right back out. We don't know, probably playing receiver. He's going in for Dexter Carter. Big Mo Fafita comes off the field. There's a lot going on down there.
Well, the problem is there's a lot going on, but they're burning the clock the whole time. So, I mean, they just ran 30-some seconds off the clock.
Clock management. Brady Southard goes under center now. Ian Black in the backfield. He pitches
it.
A
pass here
to McCoy. McCoy stretches down. That's up for grabs, and a good defensive play by Guffey as Braxton wanted his second INT of the night.
Braxton's getting a little greedy back there. 3 touchdowns, interceptions.
Brings up 3rd and 9. Little tomfoolery.
There was a little bit. 3rd and 9. They've been looking at a lot of these tonight, Scott.
They have had a plateful of 3rd and a mile. Southern in. Fakes it to Black. Now back to pass. Goes over the right. Oh, Woolhoff just stretched. Couldn't bring it down.
Overthrown just a little bit. 4th and 9. I got to assume they're going to go for it from where they're at on the field and the time on the clock.
You would think so. Shorewood up on Shorecrest 17-0. Still in progress. Linwood coming off the loss last week. They come up victorious 15-7 over Interlake.
Good effort by Linwood.
4th and 9. Southard has time, launches, Guppy catches at the 10-5, touchdown Grizzlies.
Whoa, he threaded a needle there. That was into some coverage too. And like we've been saying, get it in Guffey's hands.
A 39-yard touchdown reception. Brady Southard finally connecting to the hitman Guffey. And a late spurt could be too late.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, is it too late, Scott?
5:35 left in the ball game.
Down by 12.
Darling on for the hold.
Down by 11.
Brady, who had a rough night through the air, almost get to that one, but Pettit puts it through.
So now the question is, do you go for an onside kick or do you try to let your defense put it in the hands of your defense?
Well,
we got another injured player on the field. Let's see who that is. Well, it's not Braxton because he's right there over the top of him.
We'll see who it is, and while they do that, we'll take a timeout. Don't go away.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit actionjacksonplumbing.com.
As Neely for the Mavericks comes off the field, and
that's
looks
not
like he's
one
okay.
of the guys you want hurt.
No. Lake Stevens 41-14 over the Snohomish Panthers, and 48-7 Monroe over Jackson. Again, Monroe we talked about, they are legit.
And what happened to Jackson all of a sudden?
I don't know. They have been on a 2-year tumble.
You know what? Honestly, you're going to think this is funny, but they started a downfall after the second half of the Glacier Peak game last year.
That's true. You're right.
You know, they were handing it to Glacier Peak in the first half, and ever since then, it's just kind of been a struggle for them.
One of the best rallies we've seen in our 4 years. Other game on STSPN, Cascade Mariner. Cascade holding, they're down by 4, 18-14 Mariner on top. Got some votes coming in for player of the game as they choose to kick this one off. They're going to give it to their defense. We talked in the break here in the booth about doing an onside kick, and GP has had success like no other than Bellevue.
Oh, yes.
4 years ago in the playoffs.
Elledge comes up with the double chicken wing ball.
I love that. I'll never forget that.
That was the "Do you believe in miracles" call.
That's right. That's right.
Were we winning at that point, or we?
I don't remember.
We took the lead at one point in that game.
You know, I don't remember any details.
That's true.
So I have you. You're the memory bank. You're the data storage guy.
Well, we played Bellevue tougher in that game than anybody else did.
Spillum in the backfield. Caleb Tingston, he's the backup quarterback. He hands it to Spillum. He gets free on the right side. He drags Cole McFadden to a first down.
Well, if they're going to give up a first down, it's better to have on first down. So they didn't burn a timeout or anything. Stop the clock temporarily.
5:28 left. 13. Boy, if it was play. We're working on the player of the game. 4:29 left, second and 14.
There's too much time left in the game to call it right now. There's some things that could happen.
We like it down to the wire. Come on, you know us.
No, that could
not
be
get
another
that.
one. Was that a delay, or that I think is going against Meadowdale?
Well, 4:16 left as they figure that one out.
That's going to be another 5 yards back for. It's going to be 2nd and 19. Yeah, it is a false start against.
He's had a heck of a night as well.
Not going to. That's going to bring up about 4th and 11 or 12. So Glacier Peak's going to get the ball back, Scott.
You never know. Crazier things have happened.
Hey, we watched. Remember the Oak Harbor game about 3 years ago when
Elledge had it dancing at the midfield?
We blew a 17-point fourth quarter lead in that game.
Timeout, Glacier Peak. We'll take a timeout as well. 30-19, 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go.
Are you a whiz in filmmaking? Do you want to become extraordinary in filmmaking? Then come to Shoreline Community College and work with Shoreline Productions, where you will learn to transform your work in teams of working professionals and students to create enchanting effects such as green screen, text animation, and so much more. So come to Shoreline Community College, where you can mystify and dazzle in filmmaking.
Next Friday night, STSPN will be covering the Snohomish Panthers. They welcome in the Bulldogs from Mount Vernon, another fun road trip for the STSPN crew.
So, Scott, the question is here, are they going to go after this punt? You don't see people doing that often.
You don't, because more often than not, you get called for roughing the passer or kicker.
Yeah, but they kind of went after it,
Braxton gets it a bounce as Guffey takes it up to the 48-49 yard line. Guffey getting a lot of work tonight and getting some balls to take back on punt returns. Clock stops at 3:01. Sorry.
They got good field position.
Mavericks ate up some time on that last series.
Be interesting to see who they put in at quarterback here. Been going back and forth, and it looks like it's going to Brady. Broadway Brady.
Broadway Brady. He wants to find the hit man right down the seam around the 30.
And they got him on the long side of the field here. I think that's the play I go with.
Diego Ayala in the backfield to Brady's left. Again, single receiver on the far side. Trips right. Brady has time. Now he's just pancaked.
Oh, and that's going to be painful. And it's going to burn probably 30 seconds off the clock.
It is hard to hold down 65. Tejano Telaliva. My goodness.
That brings up 2nd and 17.
Talavia, excuse me, 6'4", 350. Brady finds Carter, bounces off the shoulder pads, incomplete.
3rd and 18 is what they're calling that.
I don't know if he would have had time to make a move if he catches that ball.
No.
Very well defended.
Actually, it was better. It's actually better that he dropped it. Yeah. Burned up a bunch of clock, and he wouldn't have gotten any yards anyway. Third and 8. Where are they going on 3rd and 18? Not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
Well, especially for this offense this year,
Yeah.
the playbook being held back a little bit, not quite knowing what they have. They're going to roll to the near side. Brady now trying. He gets it over. It's caught, but Darling is upended, and Buto's fired up on that hit.
3rd and 18, and they're going for like a 7 or 8 yard play. I think they just wanted a manageable 4th down, possibly. I'm not sure.
And Glacier Peak is going to call their last timeout, final timeout with 2 minutes 11 seconds. We're going to keep it right here.
Kind of almost. That was almost one of those plays where they could have thrown a flag. When you get the guy off his feet like that and get him in a prone position.
Well, and he stood over him and celebrated, which,
Yeah.
again, I understand the young guy's jacked up. It was a great hit. It was a big hit.
It was.
We'll tell you about the STSPN player of the game. I'm going to let my friend Tim Boyle think about that while I tell you about Shoreline Community College. We are proud to announce that Shoreline Community College is our joint Wesco presenting sponsor for the STSPN SLSN high school sports broadcast this fall. Shoreline Community College is known for its digital filmmaking program. I did not know that until I saw the ads on STSPN and SLSN. So if you want a hands-on approach to learning video production combined with a solid introduction to the theory and history of cinema, check them out. Shoreline Community College. Want to thank them for their sponsorship. 4th down and 10. Brady just gets rid of it and overthrows it, trying to go for Matthew Darling, and that will do it.
That will do it, because I think they're out of timeouts, correct?
Glacier Peak
We'll take a quick break and come right back.
First and 10 for the Mavericks. Tim will let Caleb Tingstad hand the ball off as he's crushed by Black. And also, is that number 2 in there, Eagle Eye Cuneo? Well, 34, who else was on that tackle? I thought that, no, that was McCoy, number 8. But who's our STSPN player of the game, Tim Boyle?
We're thinking outside the box a little bit tonight. We're going with Mosese Fafita. He's been in on so many big defensive plays tonight. I think he got his paws on one of the field goals or extra points. So that's who you got tonight.
Mosese Fafita.
Had a great game tonight.
He has had a tremendous year. One of the best defenders in all of Wesco. Handed off to Spillum again, and his little brother Malachi takes care of Spillum there right at the mid-stripe.
It's going to be fun watching Malachi adapt and grow up through the program here in the next couple years. He's already a player.
Oh, he's really impressive. Really impressive. We talked, the coaches were impressed coming out even summer league and then fall camp, and they've been excited to get the Fafita brothers getting after quarterbacks and running backs. 119 yards on the ground tonight for Meadowdale. 148 through the air. What a balanced attack by the Mavericks. They hand this one off. Again, nothing doing. As the clock now at 31, and Glacier Peak can't do much to stop it.
That might be the last play of the game, ladies and gentlemen.
A night of humongous big plays. I think if you look back on tonight, what was the difference? Just the first half, Glacier Peak digs themselves such a big hole on big plays. They come back and feel like they got the rhythm, and then boom.
Well, it really was a night of big plays, and that just killed it for Glacier Peak. But, you know, really, like Hannah was saying at the half, it was like 3 plays
You know, Glacier Peak couldn't respond with any plays coming back. You know, the offense was a little inept tonight, and I think, and I hate to be critical, but I think if you talk to their coaches, they tell you the same thing.
We'll wait for Ron Henthorne. He's going to get our player of the game. 119 through the ground, 148 we talked about. Glacier Peak again trying to do something. They had 166 unofficial here on the ground. Ian Black, Diego Ayala doing most of the work there, but Brady Southard, you've got to get better than 8 for 22, 1 interception, total 85 yards, is long 39.
Yep, it's a struggle. It's a struggle for the quarterback position right now. I'm a big fan of Brady too. Love Broadway Brady.
Absolutely, had a great play to Guffey, that 39-yard touchdown.
But they've got to get better at that position.
And we think we do. We have big Mo Fafita. We'll see if our mic can pick him up way over there. Ron, you got Mo Fafita.
Okay. All right, I'm down here, Mose. Hang on. No, stay with me. I'm down here with Mose Fafita. Hey, a tough loss tonight, Mose, but you played a heck of a defense out there.
Yeah.
Take your helmet off and take it. Yeah. Good look at it here. So, what do you think was the strongest point of your game tonight?
I don't know. Just played good defense.
Well, you played a strong defense. Hang on, I'll let you go there in just a minute. You're actually going to be player of the game here for STSPN. So, what I want you to do is hold this T-shirt up in front of you here. I know it's a tough way to lose a game. Time to talk to me, but hold that up and hold your head up high, man, because you did a great job.
All right. Yep. Thanks.
All right, back to you guys. Mose not talking too much tonight, but I don't think anybody wants to talk too much tonight about this loss, and I'll leave Coach Rowe to talk to his players out there, and I'll be back up to you.
Thanks, Ron.
The wedge, baby. Like we say every single week, there's nobody who cuts through the ice like Ron Henthorne, the wedge. A tough interview. Mosese Fafita.
Mosese didn't feel like talking.
No, we understand that again.
Feel bad for Ron, but Mosese just wasn't in the mood to talk, I don't think.
Well, a tough one again. You got to understand these kids this year. They don't know how it feels to lose. This first loss of the year, a big one, and they'll look back and watch the tape, and they're going to have to be like baseball players, Tim Boyle. They better forget about this one very quickly. Next week, they go into a whole nother hemisphere.
They do, and you know, I am not a big fan of putting Bellevue on the schedule for several reasons. Now, but playing the devil's advocate, at some point, a good team's going to knock them off. And I think maybe Rowe's thinking that could be us. Why not us, as Russell Wilson would say. And I think they want to see what they're going to bring. They play them in the playoffs almost every year, so there's that theory that, you know, we want to see what they're going to bring at us. But.
And you can't see in the booth, but I got air quotes. It's a down year for Bellevue.
Well, it is. Mercer Island played them pretty well.
Yeah.
It was like 42-21. That's actually kind of like a loss for Bellevue.
Yeah. Well, they've got some alumni who are, God, boy, they're making Bellevue even more famous. You saw the movie.
Oh, yes, I did see that movie where they knocked out, based on the true story. It's called, I can't even remember what it's called. Still something about, it was about De La Salle's football team, though, and how Bellevue knocked off their 150-game winning streak. So.
Well, we're getting the rap sign. Can you imagine that, Tim Boyle?
Man,
we're getting the rap sign?
We're talking too much, Scott.
What was the final, 30? I don't even have it.
30-19? I think it was 30-19.
All right. Well, anyway, Glacier Peak goes down tonight. For everybody here at STSPN, we'll see you next time when Tim and I are here. But stay tuned, STSPN.com. Look at the YouTube channel. For everybody here at Scott Oshman, Tim Boyle, good night. We'll see you next time.